program, also known as the Bachelor of Medicine and the Bachelor of Surgery at Tongji University. Okay. So just a little bit of an introduction about myself. My name is Edison. I'm in the 2023 batch of MBBS. I'm currently 19 years old. I was born and raised in Canada and did most of my education in Canada, including the IB program, which I'm sure some of you guys have probably done before as well. And currently, I'm in my second year of medicine. So in this presentation, there are 5 key points that I do want to cover. So I want to talk about the MBBS program specifically at Tongji University. And then I will also talk a little bit about some of the classes you can expect to take. And then as well as the amazing hands-on experience that you get at Tongji and the hospital internships, which will help you greatly in learning. And then finally, the personal and campus life as a medical student, because we all know that medicine is a difficult topic to study. So it is important to have a work-life balance. Okay. So first, I want to talk about the MBBS program at Tongji University. So at Tongji University, the MBBS program is a 6-year program split into 4 years of in-classroom learning and then 2 years of in-hospital clinical internship. So what that means is that in the first 4 years, you will be hovering between classrooms and hospitals, kind of, and you have short internships. And then in the last 2 years, you will be in the hospital full time, where you will be cycling through the departments and being under a lot of attending physicians. And then as for the tuition fee for this MBBS program, the tuition is 45,000 yuan per year, or it is 6,200 US dollars per year. And third of all, Tongji focuses on cultivating the cream of the crop, meaning that Tongji University really focuses on having a small group and small batch of students to really cultivate, to teach them to become true and really good physicians instead of having a lot of people. And that is very advantageous. I'll talk about that in the future when it comes to opportunities for hands-on experience. And then at Tongji University, you will be taught by teachers with good English, and many of them have actually gone to study abroad and have gotten degrees such as PhDs or masters abroad. So they're very knowledgeable and they can answer many of your questions. Okay. So I just want to talk a little bit about the classes just to give you an idea of what to expect if you come to Tongji University. So for the first year, you will be studying a lot of fundamental classes, right? Just like many other universities. However, what I think Tongji University does great is that it incorporates a lot of medical classes in the first year to prepare you for what is to come in the second year. And from a question here, are MBBS classes all in English? Yes, all classes will be in English, but you will also have to take a Chinese class if you don't have HSK4, okay? So for example, for me, I can speak Chinese, so I've already passed HSK4, so I can be exempt from taking the Chinese class, while some of my classmates who don't speak Chinese, they will have to go to Chinese class. So classes are in English, but you still have to take Chinese class if you don't have HSK4. So let's get back. As you can see on the right here, for your first year, you'll go through classes such as math, computer science, psychology, but then you also get into classes such as Anatomy 1, which I believe is very quick because a lot of universities focus on fundamental courses throughout the entire first year. But here you can actually study medicine such as anatomy and you get to dissect. So that is also a huge bonus. And then when second year comes around, you'll be submerged into medical knowledge, such as biochem, anatomy, physiology, cell biohistology, and of course, you'll be learning Chinese along the way. Okay. So, as I mentioned previously about the hands-on experience at Tongji University, I believe it is one of the best because, like I mentioned earlier, um, it is very, how do I put this? Because Tongji cultivates the cream of the crop, so everybody has an opportunity. So first of all, when it comes to anatomy dissections, for example, you would have a cadaver, and then everybody in your class would be able to dissect and do a lot of, experimenting, and when it comes to the different dissecting techniques, and everybody gets to have their hands-on experience, which I believe is really important because some universities they have like 50 or 60, 70 students, and all you can do is watch the teacher do something and barely get any opportunity. But here, as you can see on the pictures on the right, my classmates and I were all able to discover the human body and learn at the same time. And on top of that, you also get to do a lot of chemical experiments in your first year to get used to this medicine thing, such as synthesizing aspirin. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of it before or have even taken it when you were sick. And then there's also a lot of experiments when it comes to physiology, right? Understanding how our body works and through physiology experiments, which I am taking right now. And you'll be able to do a lot of experiments on small animals to really learn and then eventually use that knowledge in clinic in the future. Okay. So, what about hospital internships, right? When it comes to studying medicine, hospital internships are very important because it gives you a solid foundation. It gives you the experience you need to take the next step when you go after your bachelor's degree, if you plan on doing a master's or a PhD in the future. So when it comes to hospital internships, how does it work here at Tongji? So for your first and second year, you will have short summer internships, 2 weeks only, year one and year two, so 2 weeks. And then from year three to year four, you'll have internships throughout the year. So you'll, let's say, like some of my seniors right now, they will be studying in the OBGYN department or obstetrics and gynecology department. And then next week, they will go to a hospital and actually get to see real life cases of patients that they studied of. And then they do patient history, they study, and it kind of cycles in that way. And then, of course, like I mentioned previously, from year five to year six, you'll be in hospital full time and you'll be cycling through different departments throughout your 2 years. I think it's about 1 month per department. So you'll be going through departments very frequently and really just to get to explore the options that you have for potential specialties that you could go into in the future. And then just to give you an idea, some departments such as anesthesiology, plastic surgery, and SICU, which is surgical intensive care unit. As you can see on the pictures on the left, the top one is when I completed a training course in basic cosmetic suture in the plastic surgery department. And then also I was also in the anesthesiology department where I actually got to see surgeons doing a whole surgery and seeing how anesthesiologists work in the OR or the operating room. And then you will also be assigned an attending physician who can speak English. So you will be kind of following them around. But when it comes to Chinese, you will have to use Chinese when it comes to patient interactions because most patients in China don't speak English. So that's normal for everywhere in China. So that's why in the first couple of years of in-class learning, you are being taught Chinese. Okay. When it comes to personal or campus life, there is a bunch that you can do. And I know the conception of a medical student is that you just study, 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 study. But in Tongji University, there's a lot of facilities everywhere, and they're very accessible to everyone, international student or not, because there's also a lot of online applications and softwares that are in English that you can use. So if you don't speak Chinese very well, then you can take advantage of that. For example, for me, I love to play badminton and basketball, and on campus, there's lots and lots of opportunities and facilities for those. And on top of that, on campus, there's also a lot of little animals roaming around, a lot of cats, some dogs, a bunch of birds just coming around. And as you can see in one of the pictures in the middle, one of the cats actually wandered into our classroom when we were studying anatomy. So I thought that was kind of nice. And then on the bottom, you can see that there is a bunch of facilities, for example, in the library where you can really study because nobody talks in there. You can fully immerse yourself into your studies. And then you can also do scientific research. The teachers that you have or the professors of the university are all like open for you to do research, your own research or research with the school, it doesn't matter. And of course, there's also a lot of other opportunities and activities you can take part of, such as going to one-day trips or long-term trips to other parts of China and have fun. Okay. So why MBBS at Tongji University? I just want to reiterate some of these points because, first of all, a solid foundation in medicine. As my teacher previously mentioned, Tongji University started off as a medical school. So it has a very, very solid foundation in medicine. And throughout the 100 plus years, the university has gained a lot of knowledge and has produced a lot of alumni who are very good at medicine. And there are also numerous top classes top class affiliated hospitals. For example, like my teacher mentioned, there are around 12 affiliated hospitals here in Shanghai, which is a lot. And as an MBBS student, we get to intern at some of these hospitals, and some of these hospitals are great. I've personally visited some of them with great equipment and so much experience that you can gain. And then hands-on experience as well when it comes to having small classes, right? My class is only 7 people. I know that's shocking. My class is only 7 people. So all of us, when we're doing some sort of experiment, every single one of us has the opportunity to fully do the experiment by ourselves and learn, which I believe is so important for medical students. And then when it comes to 2 years of hospital internship, that is also very advantageous because a lot of other universities, they prioritize theory more than practical stuff. So you'll find a lot of universities, you have to study 5 years in classroom and only 1 year of internship, or you'll have 1.5 years of internship, but Tongji gives you 2 years of internship, which I believe is critical for your future when you're applying to other programs in the future, or just to become a family doctor. I believe that's insane. And when it comes to experience, Shanghai is a huge city, right? It is a mega city. There are so many people here, and unfortunately, there's also a lot of sick people. But when it comes to doctors, we can get hands-on experience with all sorts of cases here at Tongji University. Okay.